Hey everyone, it's Monday morning and I'm getting my day started, getting my Bible study done this morning. I know I've mentioned before that I actually really like Monday mornings. Of course, by God's grace, I don't get up and go punch a clock on Monday mornings anymore, so that may be the difference, but it just feels like a nice reset to the week. Just getting caught up on everything, and so this is my Monday morning routine. Just like I said, resetting everything. But first, Proverbs 31, verse 15. So just continuing this week. I, again, hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. So Proverbs 15 is, she riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. And I know last week we talked about verse 14 where it's literally talking about food. And I kind of left it that, she is literally providing food in verse 14, where she's bringing her food from afar. And so verse 15, when I did my cross-reference over into the Amplified Bible, it references food as being spiritual food. And at first I was like, wait a minute, we were just talking about natural food in the verse prior. And then I thought, again, that makes sense that it's referencing in verse 14 natural food, but verse 15 would be about the spiritual food. And I don't know, it just kind of made sense. I'm not going to sit here and say it was some big revelations from the Lord, but just as I walked through these two verses and put them together, it would make sense that she would provide both types of food. So I dug in a little bit deeper. My Schofield Bible gave several references to other scriptures, and the more I look at it, the more I do believe that it's referencing more of a spiritual food as well. And I'll be honest, this is something that I struggle with because it's talking about rising while it's also night, or while it is yet night. And that's something that I'm not a morning person. So in the mornings, I get up with my husband. I send him off to work. We talk very little. And then I sit down and I have my coffee and I have quiet time. And I would like to say that I am super spiritual and I spend all of that time reading the word of the Lord. But I'm just going to be honest and very, very open and vulnerable. I struggle. I will think to myself, I'm just going to get on and check this, check that. I have an instant message. I need to check it. And guess what? An hour later, I'm still stuck on social media or some other nonsense, something that doesn't matter. And while I try very hard to keep my social media clean, only uplifting type accounts. On the other hand, it's not my word. It's not spending time with the Lord. And so, excuse me, the more I dug into this verse and thinking of it along those terms of spiritual food, the more conviction just really dropped into my heart. And so this is me sharing me. I'm definitely not trying to tell you that this is for you or for convicting for you. No, that's not my style. This is for me. So yeah, it was very convicting, and I started realizing, this is something that God's actually been working on me for a while. And I'll do good for a day or two, and then some excuse comes up and I catch myself, and it's just a weakness that I struggle with. So definitely something that this woman, who strongly desires to be a good example of the Proverbs 31 woman, definitely something I need to work on, is how am I spending my quiet time, my nighttime. I am very much, I have to have that quiet time in the morning. It just sets the tone for the rest of the day. Anytime that, we have guests overnight or just something, I will just spend a few minutes in my room, just in the quiet when I wake up, because that's just how I start my day. Part of not being a morning person. The second half of the verse references her giving a portion to her maidens. And I don't know about you, but I don't have any maidens. I have no servants. But again, as I just prayed, like, Lord, show me, like, he didn't write this and then expect us to just blunder through it. There has to be an understanding that comes to us. And so I asked, like, Lord, show me the deeper meaning of this verse. And when I got to that, it just clicked with me almost instantaneously. Like I didn't even have to stop and cross-reference or anything like that. It just came to me that, hey, when I sit down and plan out my day, when I sit down and review my menu, I might take 3 minutes or less, but it just felt like that's what it was referring to. Yeah, I may not be dishing out orders to my servants, but when I make that plan for my day, that mental plan for my day, and review what I've got going on, is that not the same thing? I mean, I am my own servant, right? Sounds a little twisted, and I don't think I'm actually properly getting this thought out, but I know what it meant to me, that when I cross-referenced with different versions of the Bible, it was referring to giving orders to the maidens. And for me, that is just taking those few minutes to say, okay, Nettie, this is what you need to get done. This is what you need to take care of today. So that's what it meant to me. And I do make that a part of just about every single day of my life. I take those few minutes. So not sure that makes a whole lot of sense. It does in my mind that, I plan out my day each day, look at my list. What do I need to do? What meal do I need to set out? To start preparing? And I don't know. It just helps me. Maybe it would help somebody else. I don't know. Maybe you do it too. Either way, ladies, I'm enjoying it. This has meant a lot to me, and I am enjoying that I have the time to sit down and go through this. And I know I've mentioned multiple times, I am using this verse mapping journal, and it's been just such a neat little tool to help collect my thoughts, gather my thoughts, collect them, put them on paper so I can go back and reference them again later on. So again, it is available on Amazon. If you haven't checked it out, I encourage you to, because I think Jess put together a really neat product.